just isn't growing, it's on a roll. What used to be a quiet farming town off the highway has transformed into one of the most sought-after places to live in southern Arizona. In fact, over the past 2 decades, Marana has annexed more land than most towns touch in a century. And they've done it with purpose. Parks, schools, shopping, trails, and a brand new recreation center that rivals anything in the region. This isn't accidental growth. It's intentional community building. In this video, we're taking a full tour of what life looks like in Marana today. What it's like to live here, raise a family, hit the trails, and why more people are trading Tucson traffic for a little more elbow room up north. And if you're a veteran, stick around. We've got a bonus segment on why Marana and Tucson are 2 of the most veteran-friendly places to live in Arizona. So if you're wondering whether Marana is just another suburb or something more, you're in the right place. Let's go explore one of Arizona's fastest-growing communities. We're going to go into some pros and cons about living in Marana, Arizona. But before we do that, let's take a look at this map from Google Earth to give you an idea kind of where everything is located. One, to see the size of Marana. It's 121 square miles. It's outlined in red here and obviously inside of the cursor of the mouse that I'm going around here. And in order to kind of lay the groundwork for where everything is in Marana, let's start with the housing developments, because that's where the population density is, and that's also where all the commercial businesses are and the schools and things like that. So first off is Continental Ranch. That's down here to the south, right along the I-10 interstate. The next one is Dove Mountain, right along. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see a little bit better. Dove Mountain is up here to the northeast. It borders Oro Valley, which is another suburb that we talk about in a different video, and we're going to dive into what Dove Mountain has to offer as well. And then thirdly is the Gladen Farms area. This is the area that's growing the fastest. And some things to note about Marana real quick before we jump into those types of things, before each one of those housing communities and master plan communities. The I-10 is very close to Continental Ranch and the Gladen Farms area. It's only an hour and 20-minute drive from most places in Marana to get to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. It's only about 40 minutes from most places in Marana to get to Tucson International Airport. So accessibility is very good. As far as healthcare, University of Arizona and things like that, healthcare is only 20 minutes away. And from most places in Marana, there's a new hospital in Oro Valley, which is bordering the town of Marana. The University of Arizona is only about 30 minutes away from most places in Marana. So this just kind of gives you the lay of the land where everything is located. Next up, we're going to dive into, I'm going to show you some video of each one of these areas so you can kind of get a taste and a flavor for each one of the 3 major housing communities in Marana. Continental Ranch is where Marana's growth story really begins. In the early 90s, this was mostly desert and farmland. Then came a master plan community with parks, trails, pools, and room to grow. It didn't just attract homebuyers, but it also put Marana on the map. What followed is what you see today: Gladen Farms, Dove Mountain, now Swirl Bloom, but it started right here. Now, Continental Ranch is home to thousands of families. Very mature trees, landscaping, wide sidewalks, plenty of schools, and shopping is close by. You've got easy access to the I-10. There's a brand new hospital not too far away. And just about everything that you need is within a few minutes of Continental Ranch. And while other neighborhoods are still filling in, Continental Ranch feels much more lived in because it's been there so much longer. It's established, it's rooted,
I wouldn't say that it's super flashy, but it works well and it's very desirable. So Continental Ranch is the original spark behind what you're seeing happening in Marana today.
Dove Mountain isn't just a master plan community and neighborhood, it's a destination. Tucked into the foothills of the Tortolitas, this master plan community blends Sonoran beauty with resort style living. It's home to the Ritz-Carlton, world-class golf at the Gallery and the Highlands, and some of the most scenic views in southern Arizona. Dove Mountain was developed in the early 2000s and it's still growing. There's gated enclaves, custom homes, and active adult communities, all sharing the same desert backdrop. Dove Mountain is part of the Marana Unified School District. It's close to shopping, medical care, and it's only about 30 minutes to downtown Tucson. So whether you're looking for quiet luxury, an active lifestyle, or just a little more breathing room, Dove Mountain will definitely deliver. It's quite a bit more refined, definitely peaceful, and it was built with intention.
Gladen Farms is where Marana's future is unfolding fast. It's set on the northwest side of Marana, and this master plan community is more than just homes and sidewalks. It's the hub of new schools, new parks, and major new development. This area too broke ground in the early 2000s. Gladen Farms has grown into one of the most family-friendly neighborhoods in the Tucson area. Not only will you find wide trails and splash pads and sports fields, but you're also going to have green space woven throughout the community. The home styles here are varied, everything from starter homes to larger modern layouts, and builders continue to add new options every year. At the center of it all is the new Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center. It is going to become a key piece of the town's future with youth sports, events, recreation programs, and massive community parks surrounding it. Gladen Farms does sit in the highly rated Marana Unified School District, and it too offers quick access to the I-10, downtown Marana, and major employers in both Tucson and Pinal County. Tucson, remember, is in Pima County, but Marana is right on the border of the two. What makes this area different is momentum. Growth isn't coming, it's already here, and Gladen Farms is right in the middle of it. It's definitely a place where kids ride bikes to school, where neighbors gather at the park, and where families are putting down roots that'll last for generations. Gladen Farm is definitely at the heart of today's Marana, and it's also the foundation for what's next.
Okay, so before we jump right into the pros and cons, here's a quick recap. First off, Continental Ranch. This is where Marana's growth really began. Continental Ranch is down here to the south, and it's just to the west of the I-10. So there's Continental Ranch right here. The next master plan community we talked about was Dove Mountain. This is where the Ritz-Carlton is. There's several gated communities. These golf courses up here are private. This one is public, which is Heritage Highlands. And then the third area we covered, and the last, was Gladen Farms. This is where Marana is going to really expand from. I mean, there's an opportunity for it to grow out in here as well, but you can see there are a lot of farmers' fields out here. And farmers are the usually ones, and ranchers are the ones that are selling their land to the developers and to the builders. And that's where that expansion is going to continue. So this is kind of the hub. Plenty of room for growth out here. This is also where the Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center is well. All of them have pretty good access to the I-10 interstate. Gladen Farms and Continental Ranch, obviously the closest. They're just minutes from the freeway. So next up, let's jump in to the pros and the cons of living in Marana. All right, so let's jump right in and talk about the pros of living in Marana, Arizona. Number one, small town feel, big town growth. You still get that quiet, friendly vibe of a smaller town, but you have the advantage of all the growth and the amenities of a town that is definitely expanding. Marana is certainly booming as far as residential is concerned. The municipal town complex has many new additions as of late, but it's still very manageable. Number 2 on the list of pros for Marana is gorgeous scenery, especially on the eastern side of Marana. The outdoor lifestyle backed up by the Tortolita Mountains. Marana is made for folks who love to hike, biking, mountain biking, golfing, or just watching the sunset over the desert. There's trails and parks and preserves are located in various spots across Marana. Number 3 in the pros is award-winning master plan communities like Dove Mountain, which is more of a luxury type master plan community around the 3 golf courses. You have Gladen Farms, which offers scenic neighborhoods, parks, trails, and modern homes. Perfect for families and retirees and anyone that's wanting, that tight-knit community type of feel. And number 4 in the pros is high-ranked schools. The Marana Unified School District is one of the largest districts in southern Arizona, and it's known for strong academics, STEM options, and family involvement. Next up is number 5, easy access to Tucson and the interstate. Marana gives you the space of the suburbs with the convenience of just being 20 to 25 minutes to downtown Tucson, and the University of Arizona is right there as well. Major hospitals are only half an hour away too. As I mentioned, that Oro Valley Hospital is only 25 minutes away from the far west side of Marana. Heck, if you're on the east side of Marana, it's like 10 minutes. And then number 6 in our pros is great golf. If you're a golfer, you're in luck. Not only is there 5 courses in the Marana area, there's the 3 major courses that are in that Dove Mountain area, and 2 of them are just dynamite, one of them being the Ritz-Carlton. But there's plenty of public courses that are much more affordable around there as well. But as far as like the best golf hubs in southern Arizona, that area up there at Dove Mountain with the Gallery and the Ritz-Carlton is fantastic. And number 7 on the pros is low crime and clean communities. Many of these neighborhoods in Marana are newer, they're well kept, and they see lower crime rates compared to other parts of this region. Number 8 on our list of pros is the 176-bed Oro Valley Hospital is just about 20 minutes away from most places in Marana. For people on the east side, it's 5-10 minutes away. So that is a huge convenience as far as healthcare is concerned, and a really big draw because you are about a half an hour north of Tucson, so it's much more convenient. And number 9 on our pros is the brand new Marana Recreation and Aquatic Center. It was a $64 million investment, 100,000 square foot facility featuring a 12-lane competitive swimming pool. There's indoor basketball courts, there's a teen room, there's fitness areas, and more. I mean, it's totally a game changer for residents of Marana, and it's in all ages for that matter. I think as of right now, a family membership's about $300 a year, which is really reasonable, especially when you can see what it has to offer. Okay, we talked about all the good things in Marana. Now it's time to switch over to the cons of living in Marana. Number 1, car is king. You will need a vehicle if you live in Marana. Public transportation is extremely limited, and things are pretty spread out, especially if you're heading into the Tucson area regularly. I mean, you can get a little south there and get some public transportation, but having a car is key. Number 2, and this is a common theme in all of these videos we do, hot summers. Just like the rest of southern Arizona, summer is no joke. Triple digits for weeks at a time. If you don't like dry heat, this might be a deal breaker. We usually have 100 days of 100 degrees. Usually starts sometime in June and goes for a few months. So no surprise there for many people. If you watch the Weather Channel or the weather apps, you're seeing what the temps are in the desert in the summer. Number 3, con, higher prices, more so than some of the other surrounding areas of Tucson. While it's still affordable compared to many parts of the United States, Marana's newer homes and popularity means prices can be higher than nearby Tucson, but it's very competitive to many of the suburbs around Tucson. So if you compared it to like a Vail or a Sarita, it's going to be very close in price.
Number 4, as far as the cons, is there is limited nightlife in Marana. Dining, there's a few restaurants here and there, but if you're looking for hip bars and late night eats and artsy venues, you're probably going to be heading into Tucson. But the good news with that is Tucson's only about a half an hour away. Marana is more of a family and retiree oriented when it comes to amenities. Number 5, as far as cons are concerned, is some areas in Marana are still developing depending upon where you live at. There may be construction nearby, or you might have to wait on future retail. But there are some hubs, some centers around Marana that give you access to those things like grocery stores. And there's actually schools that are being built right now. I mean, Marana has 17 schools in the district already, but because of all this development happening, there are new schools being built as we speak. So those are the major cons of living in Marana, Arizona. Next up, we're going to dive into just why so many people tend or want to live in the suburbs around Tucson instead of living in Tucson itself. So I'm talking about the cons of living in Tucson, Arizona. Next up, we're going to talk about the cons of living in Tucson compared to a suburb like Marana. So the number one con of living in Tucson compared to Marana is more congestion, more noise. I mean, Tucson central areas are definitely more busy, more traffic, more sirens, just more urban noise overall. So if you're craving peace and quiet, Marana's definitely going to offer a heck of a lot more of that than you're going to find in the city of Tucson. The number 2 con of living in Tucson is older housing. Tucson has some amazing charm and character, but many homes are several decades old, and that can mean older plumbing, dated layouts, and higher maintenance costs for home ownership. Whereas a town like Marana, the housing is newer on average, and most of it is built after the year 2000 with modern energy efficiency and floor plans, with vaulted ceilings that are open and much more conducive to today's lifestyles. The number 3 reason why Tucson has a con against Marana is there's definitely much higher crime in some areas of Tucson. I mean, Tucson has many safe areas, but as far as like overall, there's a heck of a lot more crime in Tucson there is compared to a town like Marana. Especially if you're looking at central and south Tucson. Marana consistently ranks as one of the safest towns in the region. The 4th con of living in Tucson is lower ranked schools. Marana's Unified School District generally performs better than any of the Tucson Unified School District schools. So for a home buyer with school-age kids, Marana is going to win out in terms of test scores, campus amenities, and parent reviews. The 5th reason that Tucson kind of pales in comparison to Marana is there's just fewer master plan communities. They have more traditional grid-style city layout. So if you're looking for newer development with HOA-maintained parks, trails, and amenities, you'll find more options in one of the Tucson suburbs, and Marana is a great example of that. And the 6th con, as far as Tucson is concerned, and this is going on across the United States and the major metros, is an increased level of homelessness. Many urban centers, Tucson's downtown and midtown corridors, deal with visible homelessness and panhandling, and that's much, much less common in any of the Tucson suburbs, including Marana. And the 7th difference or con with Tucson is that there's just less room to grow there. It's largely built out. Marana still has tons of space and land for new homes, shopping, and recreation. So for home buyers who are looking to invest in future growth, they're definitely going to see more opportunity in Marana and to the north of it and to the west of it as well. One other drawback too of Tucson is that you're much closer to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, and some Tucson neighborhoods are in the flight paths of DM, so there's going to be no jet noise.
And jet noise is no joke when you're in the city. And out in Marana, it's much further away, and it's going to be less, you're not going to be affected by it as much. But we do have a fair amount of air traffic in Tucson just because of the airport and, of course, the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base. If you're a veteran considering a move to Tucson or Marana, Arizona, you're in good hands. This part of southern Arizona is home to one of the largest veteran populations in the state, and the benefits here are strong. Tucson is home to the Southern Arizona VA Medical Center, one of the top VA hospitals in the region. You'll find everything from primary care to mental health, support, rehab, and surgery. And for those of you that might want to live a little further out, there are community clinics and a vet center offering counseling and transition services. If you're using the GI Bill, both the University of Arizona and Pima Community College have veteran support programs, lounges, and advisors dedicated to helping you succeed. As far as home loans are concerned, Marana and Tucson lenders are very familiar with VA loan programs. Zero down, no PMI, and competitive rates. Plus, the housing market in Marana gives you more space and newer homes for your money. If you need help finding work, veteran-specific job fairs, local and Pima County one-stop career center offer resume coaching and priority placement as well. There's also a strong community here. We have VFWs, American Legions, and events that make it easy to connect. So if you're a vet looking for sunshine, support, and a strong sense of community, Tucson and Marana deliver. So that's Marana, a desert town with deep roots, wide open skies, and a future that's growing by the day. Whether you're here for the schools, to retire, the golf, maybe the views, or just some breathing room away from the city, Marana's got something for you. Now let's recap. The pros. Top-rated master plan communities like Dove Mountain and Gladen Farms. Incredible golf and outdoor lifestyle. Strong schools. Easy access to both Tucson and Phoenix, and a quiet, clean community feel that's hard to beat. Now, the cons. You'll need a car, and this isn't a walk everywhere kind of town. Next up, the summer heat, it's for real. And if you're looking for a hopping nightlife scene, you'll probably be driving to Tucson. But here's the thing, there's no place that's perfect. What makes Marana special is that balance between nature and neighborhood, growth and breathing room. It's where people go to slow down a little, but still stay connected. And speaking of growth, Marana just made a major investment in community wellness. The brand new Marana Aquatic and Recreation Center is a $64 million, 100,000 square foot facility. It features a 12-lane competitive swimming pool, indoor basketball courts, a teen room, fitness areas, and more. It's a game changer for residents of all ages. If you're thinking about making a move, whether you're relocating, upsizing, downsizing, or just dreaming, I'd love to show you around and help you find your fit here in Marana. You can always reach me at thewoodgrouptucson.com or shoot me a message. All of my contact information is in the comments below. We're here to help. So thanks again for watching.